And look who's here. He looks great. Oh, so, and here he is, the one and only Mr. Oliver Ormson.
Oh, I messed up. Yeah. I'll get it. I'm not used to the camera anymore.
What are we doing today, Mr. Oliver Ormson?
Watching Star Wars.
Whoop whoop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Having some food in Frankie and Benny's.
Yeah. Catching up. She's missed me. She's just been crying. Just stop crying. Is that true? Why are you not speaking? Just crying again.
Shut up. Okay, Google. Play Big Band.
Okay, here's the Spotify playlist called Big Band.
I can't write that. I can't write that. Oh God! Okay. Come on, 500 more words. Not even that, like 400 more words. Come on. Come on. This is a new angle. This is very like looking down on me type thing. I think you can also see the shadow of my camera. Oh, my jumper, yeah, you can. Maybe I could bring this down a little bit. Basically, I just need to take my makeup off and thought I'd end today's video whilst taking my makeup off. There's something that I kind of want to briefly chat about. Don't really want to mention him and his video, but I don't think there's any way around it. And I guess I've been tweeting about it, so it's no different to mentioning it in a video. But there's a YouTuber called Logan Paul who uploaded a video and then took down a video because it got so much backlash, and rightly so, because of the way he handled or didn't handle the subject of mental health. And basically my opinions on the matter are, if you can't handle the very fragile and delicate subject of mental health and suicide in a decent, kind, compassionate and respectful way, then you are not the person to be talking about it. You just shouldn't approach that subject at all. And that's really all I want to say on Logan Paul, because I just don't want to give him airtime. This looks like someone's punched me in the eye, but I promise you it's just me taking my makeup off. But basically what I want to say is your mental health is just as important as your physical health. There are so many subjects where I feel like so many YouTubers are already talking about it that my voice doesn't really need to be added, because other people are saying it probably better than I could say it. But when it comes to mental health, I feel like it can't hurt, and the more voices that are talking about it, the better. So yeah, I feel like I just need to add my voice to this, even if I'm saying the same things that other people are saying, which is your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And if you're struggling with your mental health and you're not in a place that you would like to be mentally, then talk to someone about it. And I'm going to leave a bunch of links below to various different places to do with mental health and reaching out and getting help. That help is there if you want it, and it's there to use. It's there to be used. In the same way that you wouldn't break your leg and be like, nah, I'm sure it'll be fine, I don't want to bother anyone. You break your leg, you go to the hospital and you get it fixed. There's sort of no questions about that. And so there shouldn't be any question about that when it comes to your mental health. And we need this stigma to end. Lots of people ask me how I stay so positive all the time, and I never really have an answer, because that statement's just not true. I seem very positive in all of my videos because I'm not the sort of person who picks up their camera when they're feeling like crap. So you guys only see like the happy, positive, bubbly, isn't life sparkles and rainbows side of me, because that's all I really ever put on camera. Occasionally you see a slightly different side to me, but not often. And whilst I want this channel to remain a happy place, a positive place where people can come to get a little pick-me-up when they're having a bad day, at the same time I feel it's important for people to know that I'm not some like strange entity who's always happy. You know, I am still a human being, and I do still have terrible days. And I do struggle with my mental health. A lot. And part of me feels like I kind of bring it on myself, because I don't look after myself as well as I should. I'm aware of that, and I'm trying to fix that. Hence why I'm sat here with like a giant pint glass of water, and you know, I'm taking my makeup off and I'm doing like a little skincare routine, and I'm going to bed earlier than I usually do tonight, you know, that kind of thing. But I feel like the reason I've been so ill this last week is because I just piled work on top of work on top of work. For like the last 4 years, I've just not stopped, and I've kept saying yes to opportunities that have come my way, even though it was all too much. And I should have just said, no, I definitely can't handle doing that. And what I did was said yes to too many things, and then felt bad about letting everyone down. So I made it all happen anyway. And I genuinely don't know how I did that. I don't know how I did that, but the cost was my physical and mental well-being. I must have had a meltdown every couple of weeks last year. I'm in a very lucky position where I know what I can do to make myself feel better and not have that keep happening. But there are some people who need that extra bit of help, and there is no shame in asking for that extra bit of help. That shouldn't even be a sentence that I or anyone has to say, because shame should not be related to asking for help. I'd even argue that asking for help is the stronger thing to do, because it's harder to admit that you can't handle something completely on your own. And no one should have to handle anything completely on their own. The majority of us are lucky enough to have family and friends around us that will help us out. And those of us who aren't lucky enough to have family and friends around us, there are so many organisations and charities who are saying we're here in that case. We live in a world currently where we have made sure that everyone has someone, and yet there's still this stigma around mental health and asking for help that makes it difficult for people to reach out, and that needs to end. So please, if you are struggling even just like this much with anything to do with mental health, there are people that you can talk to, and there are links below this video that you can go and click on. I know a lot of people find it easier to talk to people that they don't know, and strangers, as opposed to people that they do know. So please, reach out. Those links are there for a reason. There are people who actually want to speak to you. Never think that your problems are too small and don't deserve anyone's time. If they are bothering you, then that's it. That's all that anyone's concerned about. If you were being bothered by something, talk about it. And there are people who want to talk about it with you. And I know what it's like to convince yourself that your problems don't matter, because you've got a wonderful life and everything's going well for you, and you know, you're earning money, or you're in a lovely school and you're getting an education, or you've got parents who love you and a family and friends and a support network who are all willing to be there for you and love you, and you've got a roof over your head and you've got a bed to sleep in at night. So what could you possibly have to complain about? But your brain doesn't care about any of that sometimes. Some people's brains are wired in a way where none of that matters, and you still feel sad. And there are people who still want to listen to you. There are still people out there who think your problems matter, no matter where you come from or what you come from. I think that's probably all I have to say. I think. Please go and donate. We are raising money for WWF, Girl Guiding and Copperfield, and they are 3 organisations that really deserve your donations, and you could potentially win some prizes. So no reason not to donate, really. Lots of love, thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.